There's a lot of PC gamers out there that are really looking for free-to-play experiences. I wanted to give you guys a good, diverse list of games that you could play for free with your Steam account. Today I'm going to be sharing with you 20 of those games, many of which I have good amounts of time within and can actually recommend to you, having played them myself. These are all in no particular order and no particular genre. The connection here is that they are all free to play. You could play all of them right now, and there's gotta be a handful for you that you're gonna love. So let's dive into my top 20 free to play games on Steam. We're gonna start out today's list with War Thunder Alpha Strike. This title is sitting with a lot of reviews, and the reason being, it's been around for a while, and no, I never did say that every game on today's list was going to be brand new. This one dropped in 2013 and has over 475,000 positive reviews. This game is going to let you experience what it's like to be in vehicular combat in war in a free-to-play realm. That's right, you could actually dive into this one, spend no money, and really get to have that feeling of vehicular war. It's a really solid game that has stood the test of time and has a massive active community of players still playing to this day. Halo Infinite's up next, and maybe I'm biased, but I've been a Halo fan forever, and having a free-to-play option for Halo is absolutely amazing. Now, what we're looking at here that is free to play is the multiplayer experience, which most people play Halo for. The campaign will run you $60. I know for me, I used to always run through the campaigns to get a feel of the game and see what it's all about, kind of hear the story a little bit, and then spend 99% of my time playing multiplayer. So this is a really nice thing for me. This has been out on Steam since 2021 and has over 169,000 mostly positive reviews. If you're not familiar with Halo, it's one of the best of all time shooting style games, known for its red versus blue multiplayer. It's a free-to-play option for you if you're into the PvP, and it's a really great option at that for players that are old or even new people getting into the genre. Now, I know it may be a little bit weird to go from a really action-packed shooter game to a sim life game, but The Sims 4 deserves a spot on today's list as well. Another free-to-play game here on Steam that's been dropped back in 2014 with 132,000 very positive reviews. If you are not familiar with The Sims, you essentially are building out your life, building out your home, your family, and everything that surrounds you. But you need to keep everyone happy. It's a very fun, casual style gaming experience that's a lot more popular than many of you would actually like to admit. You know you probably have dabbled in The Sims in your day. Don't lie. Overwatch 2. Now, let's be honest here. This one has a lot of negative reviews, and it's probably because of some of the monetization options within the game. Now, you can play the game absolutely for free, but there are definitely many ways that you could spend inside of the game, and many fans of the Overwatch franchise just miss how Overwatch 1 was. When you buy the game and the expansions, then you have everything. Well, unfortunately, my friends, gaming is going away from that type of style, from mobile gaming all the way to PC and everything in between. We have to get used to it and figure out how to adapt to the environment to game in a way that we can enjoy. But with that being said, Overwatch is going to be a class-based system where you have objective-based battles that you dive into. And of course, yes, it's a shooter-style game. One of the best, in my opinion, if you're looking to play with as a team and you want those different classes that can kind of help one another out in the battles. I'm a fan of this one. We'll see if it comes back from all those negative reviews. I think that it can have a chance in the future. Now, I have another action RPG for you, this one on both mobile and on Steam, called Torchlight Infinite. Out since 2023 with mixed reviews and honestly only 10,000 of them. It's a really good game. I've loved Torchlight since it was back in the day on console. A really good, not dark fantasy, a little bit more of a cartoon-like action RPG game. It's actually the first action RPG I ever played as a kid. I think it's done decently here on Steam as a free-to-play title. Obviously, it has some microtransactions within, which is part of the reason why it's got some mixed reviews, but overall, a very solid game. Now, there have been a lot of shooters on today's list, and, well, I have another one for you. This one's called the Finals. It's like an arena style game here that's really a lot of fun. It's got mostly positive reviews, 153,000 of them, and it's been out for a little bit over a year right now. Free-to-play multiplayer shooter that I bet you guys haven't heard of. I can't bring you everything that already is known. Halo, Call of Duty, I mean I can, but I gotta bring you a few Easter eggs in there as well. The Finals is one of those. It's a little bit of a cyberpunky style game that's going to take you through those first-person shooter elements that maybe you were looking for something new within that genre. I think this is a good option. Path of Exile, the first of a few action RPGs here on today's list. This game's been out for a while. 2013 is when we have it on Steam, and it's got very positive reviews, over 200,000 of them. This is the Diablo competitor, and some would say the Diablo killer, and I will say that there is a Path of Exile 2 coming out at some point this year. This one's brought to us by Grinding Gear Games, and it's a dark fantasy action RPG that is 100% free to play. Can you buy a few things in the game? Yeah, you can, but you don't have to see any success within it. A beautiful game with massive amounts of depth, so get ready for these skill trees because they are intense. PUBG's been out since 2017 here on Steam, and it's got 2 million plus reviews, and some of them are mixed. A lot of you probably know PUBG from its mobile rendition that does really well on mobile, one of the top Battle Royale style games. I'll say that this is also one of the top Battle Royale style games that we have here on Steam. And it is just that. You drop in a Battle Royale style world, pick up a bunch of gear, and take people down. It's PUBG Mobile, man. You already know what it is. It's a good game worth playing, and it's free. Next up is Apex Legends, another amazing Battle Royale style shooter here where you do have different classes that do different things. And this game adds a little bit of humor, comedy, and just straight up fast fun to the game. The artwork kind of reminds me a little bit of a Borderlands style, which I absolutely loved. And here, the combat is just fast-paced. Jetpacks flying through the skies and just trying to take down your opponents. Again, you're playing as a team here. Mostly positive reviews with over 800,000 of them, and this one dropped on Steam back in 2020. It's essentially one of your options that you could play if you're looking for a multiplayer Battle Royale, free-to-play style game. Now I'm kicking it back to the action RPGs again, this time with Lost Ark. Again, mostly positive reviews, nearly 200,000 of them, and this game dropped back in 2022 here on Steam. It's a free-to-play action RPG that also is very much so an MMO RPG with a little bit more of a bigger, larger, more robust open world for you to engage in. This is a really nice free-to-play model for this. If you're looking for something with a little bit more of an anime theme to it, not quite all on anime theme, but you know, a little bit more flair, a little bit less dark fantasy, this could be your option. Call of Duty is always cool, and Warzone is also very cool. Now, this did also drop recently on mobile, and is, to be honest, in my opinion, struggling a little bit there. And when you look at the negative reviews here on Steam as well, some people would also agree. With that being said, this is the free-to-play Call of Duty option that we have for us here on Steam. And I do feel that it is going to improve with time. COD just needs to find their way in the monetization scheme, and they will probably be in better position. This one dropped in 2022 here on Steam, and is another free-to-play Battle Royale multiplayer style game. Now, this game just dropped about 2 days ago. I'm talking about Pixel Gun 3D, the PC edition, and this is when you want to just get a little bit more simple with your gaming. It's a Minecraft-like looking game. Essentially very pixelated characters in a shooter style game. PvP is here, and you can do all the shooter stuff you want to do against characters that look like they're straight out of Minecraft. Now, back in the day, I played Quake, and now I play Quake Champions. This game dropped here on Steam in 2022, has mostly positive reviews and over 37,000 of them. It's a Bethesda game, and it's an arena shooter. Here, the combat's very different than what many people know from shooters today. This is not your Battle Royale style. Here you are running through the arena in an extremely fast-paced battler. It's super fun because as you go around, you pick up different weapons, all with different abilities, and you learn to find your favorites. You learn to find your pathways through the arena so that you can be the most successful and come in first place. I love Quake. I'm sorry. There's no option but Quake when you're looking for arena shooters. This one has to be on the list. But let's get a little bit more creepy. How about with Deathly Stillness? This is a multiplayer first-person shooter, free-to-play game that came out over here in 2021 with overwhelmingly positive reviews. Now, if you're looking for something where you have undead types that are going to be coming at you and you need to take them down, you want a free-to-play version of something like that, Deathly Stillness is an option that maybe you should explore. I think this one's cool. You may as well. Now I'm going to flip the script completely on you guys and give you something that's completely wildly different. Yeah, that was Chucky that you just saw. Pinball M. It's a pinball game. That's really done cool, and that looks actually fairly amazing. And for those kiddos out there that don't know what pinball is, my God. Come on, guys. It's like the old arcade pinball machines that you've probably never experienced in your life. This one's fun. Pinball M has mostly positive reviews. It's a newer title. Came out in 2023, so maybe not that much newer. And it's a horror, gore-style simulation pinball game. I think this is actually awesome. I'm a huge fan of it. I like the 80s and 90s horror, and this brings a lot of that back. Can you please download and try this one? Let's support this game. This one's freaking awesome. If you need another smaller title that's a hack and slash action RPG competitive style game, Warlander may be what you're looking for. This one has dropped back in 2023 and is a hack and slash PvP MOBA style game essentially. Definitely has the action RPG elements to it, and it takes a little bit of a different look on the genres. I think games like this are cool. It's never going to be a massive game that grows to the biggest of potentials like a Diablo or a Path of Exile, but it is something that is niche and that does things in its own way, and I really can respect the development of a game that comes out looking like this. Another one that I like to support the development team on this, and I think it's a great game. And then there's Warframe, a game which you've seen me talk about on this channel, both the mobile version as well as the PC version. One of my two favorite PvP, PvE style games that we have on Steam. This one has very positive reviews, over 560,000 of them. It's been dropped back in 2013 and supported like a dream since day one. The game only gets better and is not a pay-to-win style game whatsoever. You could totally play this game for free and enjoy it, but you better get ready to grind because there's a lot of time investment that this game does require. With that being said, AAA graphics on this one. The storytelling is amazing and the combat even better. Warframe, highly recommended, as high as I can give. Now, it's only right that I follow up one of my favorite free-to-play games on Steam with my other favorite free-to-play game on Steam, and this one is Destiny 2. Again, not a new title, but one that just can't be ignored. It's so good that you're going to talk about it, and I'm going to talk about it every single time I put this list together. Back in 2019, we got this from Bungie here on Steam, and it's an open-world looter-shooter, first-person shooter game that takes the science fiction that you know and love from Halo and brings it into an absolutely brand new world of Destiny. Here, there are both PvP elements to the game and PvE elements that actually, in my opinion, can be even more fun. Another one that is a must download and must play. It's in my library right now, and I still dive back into it from time to time to get my action on. I don't understand why someone that likes shooters would have never tried this. So if that's you, you know what to do. Check this one out, Governor of Poker 3. I love playing poker, so when I could play poker even just for fun with fake money and just to actually enjoy playing the game of poker, I like it. And this is a good free-to-play option for that. The third variation of it here on Steam, mostly positive reviews with over 14,000 dropping back in 2016. We're going to top off today's list with UnDecember, which is another action RPG, and it has a very good reason to why it's on the list today. This dropped in 2022, both on mobile and Steam simultaneously, and it's another hack and slash. It came out with Diablo Immortal and Torchlight Infinite. But this one is done differently. With the free-to-play model and having crossplay, you're able to embark on your journey with a classless system. One of the only action RPGs I know of that does this, and it means you start playing your character and don't choose if you want to be a ranged class, a melee class, or a magical class. You choose your class as you go and progress as you upgrade different pieces of gear and different skills, all which can be intertwined so that you can then have a class that is a hybrid of many different ones. A barbarian with ranged skills, or a monk that has wizard skills as well. Necromancer skills that spawn the dead but are tanky enough to be able to withstand the biggest of battles. UnDecember is cool in that way. It really makes things different, and allowing you to use the rune system, which is very similar to the skill system inside of Path of Exile, you're going to be able to have a lot of fun with all the depth that this game has to offer. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.